Well, after 47 years in law enforcement, the police chief of Fraser and Winter Park is retiring. Glen Trainor first put on a badge when he was 18. Nearly 50 years later, he's ready to hang up that badge.
That's right. Our man in the mountains is live in Winter Park. Nat, Chief Trainor, has spent most of his career in Grand County and played a pretty big part in one of the biggest stories ever there.
You're right, Shaleem and Drew. Good morning. You know, he's had, of his 47 years in law enforcement, he's had about 35 years here in Grand County. In fact, it was when he was with the Sheriff's Department that Chief Trainor found himself jumping up on the top of a homemade tank, trying to stop it from destroying Granby.
Just off Main Street in Winter Park. At the Winter Park Fraser Police Department, Chief Glen Trainor,
I'm the Chief of Police for the Fraser Winter Park Police Department.
has been serving in law enforcement for nearly 50 years.
Total service is about 47 years, and of which 4 years of that was as a military policeman, and then 8 years for the city of Thornton, and then I've been in Grand County for the last 35 years.
And now that Chief Trainor's looking to retire to spend more time with family and friends in the outdoors, he's also looking back at a very interesting career.
I have enjoyed getting up and going to work every day of my working life.
In his early 20s, Glenn was awarded the Purple Heart after being stabbed responding to a domestic violence call. Then in 2004,
I was able to stick my fingers like some kind of mountain climber into this little crack.
Chief Trainor found himself on top of one of the biggest stories to ever roll through Colorado. When a bulletproof bulldozer driven by Marvin Heemeyer was destroying buildings in Granby, Glenn figured he would jump up on top and try to stop it.
I decided to climb on top of the bulldozer, thinking that I would be able to find a way inside and neutralize the threat, but when I got up there, it was armored, and so basically I went for a ride.
It was one moment in a long career that Glenn's dedicated his life to serving, protecting, and making a difference in his community.
Law enforcement is not about rules, it's about relationships. And the relationships that I have been blessed to forge here in our community will certainly last me the rest of my life.
Such a distinguished career. Chief Trainor's hoping to retire in June. He hasn't picked an official day yet. Says once he retires, he still wants to maybe work with the town of Winter Park in some limited capacity, but really just wants to spend some time with family and friends in the outdoors, and congratulations on that retirement. Reporting from Fraser Winter Park, I'm Matt Renew, 9 News. Shaleem and Drew, it's such an interesting story about that whole incident back in Granby in 2004, and Chief Trainor says, you know, when his wife found out that he jumped up on that bulldozer, that tank, she was mad at him, not so much because he was risking his life, but she had just bought him a new pair of jeans and he was getting them all greasy.
Of course, not the safety, just the pants, just the laundry.
To protect and serve, even if it means greasing up your pants. Matt,
right.
that was a great story. We all enjoyed that
awesome.
back here this morning.